c'est bien observé.
There's the alchemical symbol of the earth on the lid.
Compliqué, hein. Ça demande beaucoup quand même. Je sais pas, il y a quoi ici.
I am sorry, sir, but the conference room
Putain, on
is
a
under
toujours pas eu Colin
preparation
ici.
and is consequently inaccessible to guests.
Could you perhaps help me?
What can I do for you, sir?
Where did this sword come from?
From the garden, sir. That sword belongs to
jardin
one
est
of
juste
the
là.
statues in the garden.
Thank you very much.
Don't mention it, sir.
The sword probably came from this garden, but what could it have been used for?
On va aller ouvrir les coffres là quand même. En priorité celui du feu là. Ça je pense que c'est des secrets qui sont pas nécessaires au jeu.
There's the alchemical symbol of the earth on the lid.
C'est tout. Je l'ai. Note mystérieuse.
A fragment of amber.
C'est tout. Je suis un peu déçu. Je suis un peu déçu. Alors. Je peux pas le lire ça.
Golden elixir.
Monsieur Jacques Perroux.
You again? God damn it, are you following me?
Wouldn't dream of it, sir.
What brings you here?
To tell the truth, I was wondering the same thing about you.
It's rare for guests to wander about in the garden. I wanted to be alone for 5 minutes.
You look worried.
Worried? No. Resolved would be a more exact term.
Resolved to do what?
What's the point in answering? You wouldn't believe me.
Je pense que lui c'est mon allié.
I'll be leaving now because whatever it is you're up to, I do not want to know. Be seeing ya.
Tell me, aren't you even curious?
Curiosity killed the cat, Monsieur de Richet. I admit, I may have judged you wrongly. Watching you seek out Mortimer's little secrets might even be amusing if I didn't already know the consequences. See you later.
What happened to you, monsieur?
It's time for me to assume the consequences of my choices. I've sold my soul to the devil. Now it's time to pay.
Je vois c'est quoi comme pièce ça. Ok.
Ariadne. In Greek mythology, she helped Theseus get through the labyrinth. Looks like there's a crack in the region of the heart. I guide this sword that will kill the monster. Let's see. A crack as long as my finger. going to happen if I've got it wrong? Ariadne.
Comment ça si je me trompe? Je pense que j'ai compris. Il y a plusieurs statues. Il faut que je mette l'épée dans la bonne. J'aimerais bien fouiller.
Daedalus.
Il n'y a pas de faute là.
He's the architect of the labyrinth. And if I'm not mistaken, he's also the father of Icarus. Hey, there's a crack in this statue too. The crack is thin and about as long as a finger. I am the architect of my own demise.
Putain, je sens que je vais être bloqué encore dans ce truc de merde là. Qu'est-ce que je dois faire ici?
Pasiphae, daughter of Perseus and sister of Circe. She married Minos and became the queen of Crete. She has no cracks. All right, well, let's continue anyways. I wonder what this kiosk is doing in the middle of the garden. Too cramped to be able to do much. Well, there must be something going on there. What is that? Looks like a sort of opening mechanism.
Et clairement, faut que je mette ma main pour ouvrir. Il faut que mon épée soit au bon endroit. C'est assez simple à comprendre. Ça me semble évident. Donc, est-ce que mon épée est au bon endroit? C'est une autre question.
Minos, son of Zeus and Europa. If I remember correctly, he was the king of Crete. Married to Pasiphae, he had many children, including the famous Ariadne, whom history remembers for her thread. Hey, there's a crack in that statue. His gesture sealed his fate. In mythology, King Minos was known as a wise and just king, despite the fact that he deceived Poseidon. As punishment, his country was devastated by the white bull of the sea god, and his wife became passionately in love with it. From their union, Asterion was born, sadly known to us as the Minotaur. The illegitimate child, the child of shame, who had a sorry fate. And to think that Minos ended up as a judge of the underworld. Decidedly, the high and mighty always manage to get away with it. The crack is in the region of the heart. It's a thin crack as long as a finger. A blade could easily enter.
Ok. Et là, le Minotaur.
Asterion. It is rare to see him like this. In general, he's represented with the head of a bull, with the features of the Minotaur. The famous son of Minos and Pasiphae. Let's go.
Il y a des épées, ça me semble être l'endroit où mettre mon épée. Est-ce que c'est trop simple? C'est une possibilité que ce soit trop simple. On va regarder qui est ce type.
Icarus.
Ah bah Icar.
Son of Daedalus and Nocrate. Impossible to mistake him with those wings. After flying too close to the sun, he came unstuck and he fell to his death. Pity. Hey, there's no crack here.
Putain, mais je l'avais vu, quoi.
Well, let's keep going.
Payer 3 points pour cette merde, là. Putain. Bon, on fait quoi? On bute le Minotaure et on appuie.
Ariadne. Try something else. Chronolite water will give me a little reprieve.
Ouais, il est déjà utilisé.
Asterion. Asterion was the son of Pasiphae and Minos, or rather the result of a curse put on Minos. Minos was punished for betraying Poseidon. Of course, as strangely it often happens, it wasn't
Ah,
he who
faut
was
que je bute
punished,
sa
it was his wife.
femme.
She had to mate with a bull, no less. From that union, Asterion was
Oh
born,
non.
who everyone
Si,
knows as the
peut-être. Hein.
famous Minotaur. Rejected by Minos, he was shut up in the labyrinth so he could never leave. And, as if that wasn't bad enough, he died by the hand of a hero desperate to restore his reputation. Technically, Asterion is the victim of the story because he's described as a child cast out from birth, born from an extramarital union because of the errors
Faudrait
of his
peut-être que je
father.
bute son
He
père,
was
non?
treated as an
C'est lui le
outcast
vrai
all
enculé.
his life, and he died as innocently as he was born. A tragic story, as the Greeks knew how to do so well.
Je pense que
Let's
je
go.
bute son père, hein. Je pense que c'est son père, l'enfoiré. Hein. C'est lui le papa?
Theseus, son of Aegeus. He's the one who slayed the Minotaur. I seem to recall he took the decision to confront the Minotaur. Killed the beast, but if it weren't for Ariadne's help, he would have been trapped in that labyrinth forever. In short, yet another hero who wasn't the
Putain, c'est
sharpest
chaud.
knife in the drawer. Okay, I'm probably being a bit harsh. I mean, we do owe him the foundations of Athens. In other words, the Republic.
Render therefore unto Caesar what is Caesar's.
Looks like a crack has been made on his torso. I wonder if Mother managed to solve this enigma.
C'est lui le papa, non?
Minos. He and his queen, Pasiphae, were the monarchs of Crete.
C'est lui le vrai méchant dans l'histoire.
The crack is in the region of the heart. In mythology, King Minos was known as a wise and just king, despite the fact that he deceived Poseidon. As punishment, his country was devastated by the white bull of the sea god, and his wife became passionately in love with it. From their union, Asterion was born, sadly known to us as the Minotaur. The illegitimate child, the child of shame, who had a sorry fate. The crack is in the region of the heart.
On va tenter lui, hein. Là, c'est sa femme en plus. priori, sa femme, elle est pas trop fan du mec, hein.
Knowing Mortimer, I bet it's booby-trapped. There's a little hole at the fingers. Pretty sure if I get it wrong, I'll get pricked. Damn you, Mortimer. Reminds me of traps I studied in
On
Egyptian
tente le
tombs.
père, c'est le plus méchant, non? Vas-y, on tente le père. J'ai réussi! J'ai réussi! Mais oui! J'ai réussi, les gars. J'ai vraiment réussi? Non. J'ai vraiment réussi, les gars.
Whoa.
Réfléchis. Et oui, du premier coup, les gars! Ah, je suis content de moi, avec toutes les conneries que j'ai fait plus tôt.
Again?
Ah, je suis très très content. C'était trop facile de tuer le fils. Et le taureau qui est né comme ça, qui a rien demandé.
You can't be serious, Manuel. You know that's not going to happen.
You must leave me alone now. I have agreed to everything. Even to...
Agreed? I wasn't aware you had a choice.
What's going on here?
What now? What else must I do to win back my freedom?
Obey me. Now get out.
Ok. Oh, je suis trop content d'avoir réussi du premier coup. Je crois du coup ça en même temps, peut-être que vous m'entendez. Excusez-moi si ça vous
That's the
dérange.
third time in 3 days.
Ouais, ça,
Let's see if you're
ça semble
you're
pas
in
être une
there.
bonne idée d'aller là-dedans, mais bon. Après tout...
Amber crystals. Bandages? Someone's been patching themselves up. Looks like my mother took advantage of being in hiding to change her bandages, huh? This is silk. She must have used her own clothes.
Incroyable la musique.
Damn it, Mother. Now what's happened?
C'est pas Pérou. Ça a l'air d'être... Alors attendez, on va faire un petit pronostic. Ça a l'air d'être... Non, ça a l'air d'être Saint Grégory. Oh. Quoi? On va continuer parce que c'était très rapide. Ah, le colloque, enfin! Je rêvais de le faire. Ça me semble tellement important et intéressant.
The only thing I can tell you is
Mortimer, hein?
that Sarah had indeed changed. In your opinion,
C'est Mortimer.
why would your mother remain in hiding over several weeks?
You must leave me alone now. I have agreed to everything. Even to...
But you do realize your mother will have to accept the
You want
consequences
to
of her
kill my mom?
acts.
I hope that your search will prove successful and bring Sarah back to us
Ah,
soon.
j'ai des mal
I'll
partout,
be
les gens.
leaving now because whatever it is you're up to, I do not want to know.
Since then, we have become one and the same. We have officially erased the identity of my sister Emma. Emily Hillsborough. The woman with two faces.
Everyone seems to be a little unnecessarily heated.
What
Don't
is going...
forget where
Y'a
you
Sarah?
are, please.
Quoi? Y'a Sarah? Attendez, what? Science, je n'ai rien encore, donc on va peut-être prendre. Attends, mais y'a tout le monde là?
Louis? Louis, the conference is about to start any minute. This is not the time to be... Damn it. What's going on?
I don't know exactly, Mr. President. I was looking for my mother and I came upon this body.
My God. You don't think Sarah did it, do you?
No, I don't think so. Why would she have attacked a servant?
If no one saw you, I'd advise you not to get involved, Louis, so that no one will accuse you of the murder. Ah, darn, the conference is starting. Time is of the essence. Sort this out and join us as quickly as you can in the conference room. Everyone will be expecting you.
Mr. President, this is not really the right time, and I didn't come for that.
Your mother's seat cannot remain vacant. You must
Je suis
replace her
trop
while she's
pressé de
still
faire le
missing.
colloque, je sais
Your
pas ce
mother
qui
and
va
I were to
annoncer là.
support Mortimer on this
A
project.
priori,
I don't know what the
le
subject
colloque,
is,
c'est
but
les
the
colloques, c'est
future
à
of our
propos de
countries depends on it.
choisir le destin du
Given the
pays, donc
importance of
genre
all
des
this to
armistices et
Mortimer,
tout, donc ça peut être
he
super
won't let
stylé.
the conference begin without you.
Là, on est au début des
So
guerres
if you don't
révolutionnaires.
want more servants coming looking for you, I'd advise you to join us quickly and to put a brave face on it. The best favor you can do for yourself, Louis, and for Sarah, is to come and support Mortimer's project at the conference.
Don't worry. You can count on me, Mr. President. I shall help you with Mortimer's project as soon as I've finished up here.
Good, Louis. Sarah would be proud of you. I'll stall them while you're on your way, but make haste. I'm going. Don't be long.
Tell them that I'm on my way.
Ça va être rapide, non, ce que j'ai à faire ici. Non, on va y aller. On va y aller, je m'en bats les couilles. J'ai trop envie de faire le colloque. Je suis désolé, Sarah. Comment je peux y aller? Comment je peux y aller? Eh oh! J'aimerais y aller. Je suis bloqué! Attends. Mais what? Je suis rentré que par là? Et il est où le colloque? Il était ici, ouais, il était ici. Putain, c'est des bâtards de me faire choisir des choix comme ça, là. Donc là, il faut que je soutienne Mortimer et Washington.
Totally wrong, I assure you.
I have suspected it.
Alors, attends, on va un peu s'équiper avant.
A fragment of amber.
My son, glad you're here. It seems Lord Mortimer's been waiting for you to arrive before beginning. What a pity your mother isn't here for the conference. I hope I'll be able to see her before I leave. I still have a very important letter to give to her.
Feeling all right, Louis? You look like you're miles away.
Everything's fine. Don't worry.
Lord Mortimer wants to talk to you, Louis.
Ok,
Don't make him wait.
pris le message. On va juste ouvrir ça
A
avant.
chest with a motif representing
J'ai
the
la clé de l'eau.
soul of the water.
Answering her, but she said he seemed quite angry at being spoken to.
But it is not sound. You know it is not sound.
Oui.
Your conjecture is totally wrong, I assure you.
I have suspected it for some time. Now I am convinced.
Good evening, gentlemen. Are we ready? The much-awaited conference is about to begin?
That is what we have all been waiting for.
I believe that Lord Mortimer
Ah, le
wishes
texte
to
est lui,
speak to
merde.
you before it begins. You should go and see him.
Je croyais que c'était toi. Autant pour moi. Toi, Mortimer.
Ah, Louis, I've been expecting you. Thank you for joining us. We are about to begin our conference. Let me explain what is at stake.
Thank you kindly. But what do you expect of me exactly? My mother's the one who's supposed to attend, not me.
That is indeed what was initially intended. Unfortunately, she still hasn't been found, and my guests can't stay here indefinitely. The conference must begin, and it would be truly beneficial to the Order to join in the project. Consequently, I would like you to replace her during her absence. What is at stake here is of the utmost importance.
It's important that the French Order gets their say. And should you need any advice, don't worry. You are not alone, Louis.
Very well. In concrete terms, how do you organize your discussions?
A conference is always organized the same way. There are two masters of ceremony who determine
Putain, c'est
an
trop
important
intéressant, les gars.
subject.
You and Sir Gregory, I presume.
Exactly.
Je pense
We
qu'on le
shall
fera
be
dans un
the
prochain
masters of
épisode.
ceremony.
Hein.
It was our obligation to
Là, je
each
voulais
bring
faire un
to the
bon
table
40
several
minutes, 45
guests
minutes, mais
in order to debate a
j'ai l'impression que
subject.
ça va être
Once the
super
debate
long.
is closed, a decision will be made by a vote of all the participants.
By a unanimous vote. If the project is not agreed on by all, then it will be rejected.
And neither of the two masters of ceremony have the right to vote.
It's up to the guests alone to decide, Louis. In other words, us.
Gregory and myself are merely the go-betweens. Finally, if the project is validated, each guest goes home and starts working to make it happen.
It can take years.
Can you give me a brief explanation of the aim of it all?
Of course, Louis, I was coming to that. The aim of these meetings is to bring together the most influential people in order to think together about the future.
But the future of who?
Of the world, Louis.
Our desire is to steer the destiny
Bon,
of
sinon,
our
on prend
respective
50
countries
minutes. Hein.
for the good of all, and to no longer
Allez, je
suffer
pense
the
qu'on va y aller, les
random
gars.
hazards of history.
Même 1 heure, ça se fait. Hein.
How long have you been active?
Oh, this tradition has more or less always existed, Louis. It has continued from generation to generation.
Can you give me an example of an event that was decided here before being implemented in the outside world?
Well, Take the French Revolution. It was decided right here 2 years before its implementation in France.
Concerning the case of the French Revolution, I wasn't invited. But as far as the American Revolution is concerned, Louis, I can testify that we planned it 5 years before implementing it, for example.
Do you often hold this kind of society dinner?
In general, once a year, but in actual fact it tends to be events that dictate our gatherings. Louis, let me keep you a moment. I would like to let you in on a secret before we begin, because I'm going to need your assistance. You see, the project I'm going to present concerns the territory of Louisiana in North America. It's currently Spanish territory, and I'm going to make the proposition to the Assembly for it to become French. My idea is to increase the territory of the United States. The first stone of this vast project consists of getting Spain to cede Louisiana to France. Once it becomes French, France will hand it over to the United States, which will then allow them to double the size of their territory. And that's where you come in. France and the United States, hand in hand, two democracies illuminating the world.
Lord Mortimer, I'm sure you're aware that Louisiana is hardly prime quality land. I wouldn't be exaggerating to call it marshland. How is acquiring land they won't know what to do with going to strengthen the United States?
Think further, Louis. The United States won't stop there. Once they've acquired Louisiana, nothing will stop them. All they would have to do then is keep pushing toward the west to take the whole North American continent.
So you intend to get rid of the Spanish?
They are purely transitory. This is the settlers' home. It is natural for them to want to develop their nation to become one of the greatest powers of this world. As for the Spanish, there are just a handful of them actually on site. And if need be, we'll see to it that they are sufficient.
C'est vrai que je l'aime pas trop ce type. Hein. Un petit air de Napoléon.
Occupied in Europe, so that their focus is not on the North American continent. Moreover, Spain really only cares about its colonies in South America. It's hardly my fault if they're not capable of seeing the potential in the North American territories. The concept of royalty is from bygone times. It is time to lead the way to democracy. Take a look at them. Apart from President Washington, they all belong to monarchies. Do you really think they won't resist? Of course they'll fight, fearful as they are of losing their precious privileges. But the world needs visionaries, like you, like your mother. It's a pity Sarah isn't here to see it. She only knew about a tiny part of the project. I hope I can count on you, Louis. It's time to start now.
Je vois pas pourquoi je serais contre.
Keep it to yourself for the time being.
Que ce soit les États-Unis que les Espagnols.
Follow the
Et la
discussions.
Louisiane.
We'll have an opportunity to catch up later, and you'll be able to let me know your thoughts.
Gentlemen?
My friends, I propose we get started. First of all, I would like to thank you for taking the time to come.
The honor is ours, my lord.
As per our custom, here we are all together to discuss the face of tomorrow's world. Even though there may be certain tensions between our nations, I must ask you to keep an open mind. As Sarah de Richet is unable to be among us, please welcome Louis de Richet, who will represent the Golden Order and will vote on its behalf when the time comes.
Welcome among us, Louis.
Welcome, Monsieur. I hope he'll be more effective than his mother regarding the protection of the King of France. The Order has proved particularly inefficient.
Come, Manuel, you're not going to spoil our visit. The Order's mission was not to protect King Louis XVI, as far as I am aware.
We are talking about a king of divine blood, for goodness sake. It seemed obvious to me he needed protecting. If the Golden Order wants to pride itself on being an influential organization, it should have kept him alive.
Il m'a saoulé ce type. Hein.
Thank you all. I am honored to be among you today. I will strive to represent the interests of the Order as best I can.
Perhaps we may
J'avais envie
begin,
de l'insulter le
Lord
type,
Mortimer.
mais ça sert à rien de.
Certainly. I have a dream that our nations will continue to support each other, more now than ever before. A dream that, for the sake of common good, we will do what it takes to ensure stability in the modern world. I have a dream that we shall lead by example and ensure that the American territory may remain in peace.
Thank you for the thought, Lord Mortimer. But I don't see where you're leading.
I'm coming to it, Mr. President. I need not remind you that North America is currently divided between the United States on the east coast and Spain, which occupies the remaining 2/3 of the continent. Well, I propose that Spain cede the center of the continent to France, namely all of Louisiana.
Louisiana? But, well, it is not for sale. Lord Mortimer, I sincerely hope I have not come all this way just to hear you ramble on about what Spain should and should not do. When we went to all the trouble of gaining the territory a few years ago, it was not just to lose it today. Have I made myself clear?
What did I tell you, William? You speak of union, and yet here you are, about to tear us apart.
Duke Manuel, I perfectly understand you. But rest assured, you will soon adore my proposition. You shall see.
Well, since you give me the choice, my good fellow, allow me to doubt it. However, I am impatient to hear what Spain could possibly gain from the sale of Louisiana.
I never spoke of a sale, my good fellow.
What? I do not understand.
There is one more territory left to conquer, if I'm not mistaken, in the northwest. It is, of course, occupied by your notorious Indians, but...
We shall soon be rid of the savages, so that is not the question.
Duke Manuel, I believe that Spain should cede Louisiana to France, free of charge.
This is utterly grotesque, Lord Mortimer. What a strange example you set for your young protégé. Isn't that so, Monsieur de Richet? Do you understand anything of this proposition?
We are neighbors, Duke Manuel. Remember, your main rival in Europe is more likely to be England, who is plowing the seas right up your coastline. Hand over Louisiana to France and make her a prime ally.
Come, Louis. Spain and Great Britain are already allies and have nothing to gain by breaking their alliance.
Even if I do agree, Duchess, the omnipresence of the English fleet in Atlantic waters does not particularly please me.
I must say, William, I find your project mostly disfavors me. I thought you were my friend.
And I am, Mr. President. That is why I'm doing everything in my power to calm your expansionist fervor. France, in Louisiana, should persuade you not to attempt anything to take the territory by force. Louisiana is a vast wetland where you would needlessly lose most of your troops. It would weaken you and offer certain nations the perfect opportunity to take back your famous United States. I am protecting you from yourself, George.
Intéressant.
Trust me.
I understand. But with friends like you, sir, I certainly don't need any enemies. I hope you know what you're doing.
Am I imagining things, or does it look like Washington isn't aware of Mortimer's plan?
Not to put too fine a point on it, Lord Mortimer, but I doubt the Holy See would be in favor of Catholic Louisiana being handed over to secular revolutionaries and king killers.
I should think Monsieur de Richet has an opinion on this subject, does he not?
On the maps of Italy I saw in Mortimer's secret study, he had anticipated movements of troops across Italy. I wouldn't be surprised if he's planning an invasion of Italy by France, and if I push the notion a bit further, I can well imagine the Bonaparte's cannons, financed by the Order, will be used for that purpose. The noose is tightening around poor Piaggi's neck without him even realizing it.
I don't know if I'm the best person to speak about that, Your Eminence. Well, I think that the French army will enter Italy, and that the Vatican will do whatever France demands of it, if
C'est
the
risqué,
Vatican
je viens de
wants
dire.
to retain its place.
You are joking, I hope. Lord Mortimer, I did not come here to listen to such nonsense.
What makes you think that, Monsieur de Richet?
Well, Monsieur Bonaparte, here present,
Pourquoi je dis tout
has
ça?
ordered a large number of cannons, and
J'ai
I
jamais
would
vu
be
dire qui.
surprised if they were to be used to keep Italy under control.
Come, sir. What a strange idea. I have enough on my plate with issues in Corsica.
If you say so.
You see, you're...
But Corsica is not where the cannons are to be delivered.
Pourquoi je le
is it?
balance?
Aye, but... Louis, you are quick-witted. I like you.
You seem to be overlooking something, Messieurs les Français. I also have backers who would be only too pleased to demonstrate the full extent of their fervor by defending the Vatican. Mi auguro che insegnerete l'educazione a questo
J'espère que
giovanotto
vous enseignerez
presupposto,
l'éducation à ce jeune fou, Monsieur Grégory. Et oui, je parle italien.
I hope that they will teach this pretentious young man some manners.
C'est qui le patron?
It looks like I won't be just making friends here.
C'est normal,
In
c'est de
any
balancer
case,
tout le
my
monde.
lord, I doubt the English crown will agree.
Ich versichere Ihnen, Emily,
Ça, je comprends
die
pas.
Preußen wird diese
La
Vereinbarung
Prusse non plus.
akzeptieren.
Non, ma souris marche plus. Ma souris marche plus, j'ai utilisé le clavier
I
sans
assure
fil.
you, Emily, the Prussian will never
Le clavier tactile.
accept this agreement. Volner looks like he's set on ruining Mortimer's plan.
Duchess, I am persuaded that we shall find a common ground.
That's enough, William. These are grave times. We don't care about the fate of Louisiana. That worthless expanse of putrid swamps interests no one but yourself.
Speak for yourself, my friend.
Hold on there, Mr. Royal Gigolo. Lower the volume, and let Sir Gregory finish.
Holm, Godoy, and now Volner? Mortimer's adversaries are ready to tear each other to pieces, and he takes a malicious pleasure in watching it happen.
How dare you!
Gentlemen, let us try to remain calm.
There you are, William. See where your projects have taken us.
C'est bizarre qu'ils s'entendent pas, William et Mortimer. Enfin, Mortimer et
I'm
lui.
tired. We shall
Mortimer et Sir Gregory, c'est bizarre. Non?
discussion tomorrow, but please be aware that your project will never be ratified. Those who are opposed to this project, follow me. Are you coming with us, Monsieur de Richet?
Come, Gregory, I think Louis would rather stay. Wouldn't you, Louis?
Bah oui.
As for me, I think I shall remain with Lord Mortimer, Sir Gregory.
You are committing a grave error, Louis.
Time will tell.
Ah, je préfère rester avec Washington ou Napoléon, enfin c'est mes alliés naturels. Ça me bizarre que je sois contre Napoléon, je sais pas, à part si j'étais royaliste en soi. Mais bon, je pense pas l'être, hein. Ah là là, c'est très intéressant.
My friends, I would like to thank you for staying.
Good God, William. What is this I hear about you reinforcing military power in Louisiana? I have no interest in having France for a neighbor, and you know that very well.
Calm down, George. Louis, explain our plan to Mr. Washington, please.
You see, Mr. President, Lord Mortimer anticipates that once France obtains Louisiana, they will cede it to you.
What do you mean? To us? The United States?
You heard right.
But
President Washington, the United States will double in size.
By what miracle have you...
You need to expand, George. You and France are the two major democracies in the modern world. It is necessary that you both become superpowers.
Are you really gonna sponsor democracy throughout the world?
Of course, Monsieur Peru. That's why I don't want Spain to get too attached to those weapons. Please continue, Louis. Explain my vision to Mr. President.
Mr. President, Lord Mortimer intends for you to conquer all the North American continent. He's relying on you to not stop at Louisiana, but to continue to push west.
Indeed, it would be dishonest to pretend that this is not my final objective.
But why didn't you tell me before?
So that Lord Mortimer would appear to be isolated without support.
Exactly. You got it, Louis.
Lord Mortimer retains the advantage by advancing undercover, and for it to work, he needed you to act surprised.
William, you haven't changed. Always
géré, là.
one step ahead.
One step ahead? You're joking. More like 5.
On that note, my friends, it's getting late. Mr. President, continue to take offense over my project when we resume the conference in the morning. You do it to a T. And if Sir Gregory has the audacity to send you an emissary to convince you to go against me, do me a favor. String him along if you can. The more they believe we are divided, the more we'll have our hands free.
Only too happy to oblige.
Now, let us get some rest. We've got a big day tomorrow. Good night, gentlemen.
Good night.
Louis, if you have a minute, I would like to ask a favor of you. I'm going to require your services.
How can I be of help? Tell me all about it.
Our adversaries are many, and the closing vote of the conference will soon be upon us. Time is of an essence.
Et son oiseau.
So, I'll need you to assist me this evening.
How can I help?
I need you to go this very evening to persuade Senor Godoy to join us. He is the backbone of Gregory's resistance. Turn him round, and all the others will follow in such a stampede that Gregory will be able to do nothing but admit defeat.
Lord Mortimer, with all due respect, don't you think I'm the last person Godoy wants to talk to?
I'm sure you can do it. I believe in you.
Lord Mortimer, you're not telling me everything.
Let's say I wouldn't disapprove if the Right Honorable, though nonetheless choleric, Duke Manuel put you in his bad books. If it could motivate him to declare war on France, it would greatly serve our interests.
War? What do you mean?
I told you before the conference. The more we distract Spain from the Americas, the less it will have an eye on Louisiana.
But all the same, we're talking about a war in Europe.
Don't worry. That's why Mr. Bonaparte is with us. I am convinced we'll be perfectly capable of managing the conflict. And Senor Godoy is not a great soldier. He will not commit Spain to a long war that he won't be capable of managing.
I'll go straight away.
Thank you, my boy. And get some rest afterwards. Big day tomorrow.
S'en bat les couilles de son oiseau. Ok, bon, je vais m'arrêter là. Merci de m'avoir suivi. On a quand même pas mal progressé. Puis on verra ce qu'il se passe dans le prochain épisode. Donc voilà. Merci à tous et à la prochaine. Ciao.